Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak has suffered a humiliating defeat in the general elections. His former mentor Mahathir Mohamad has won and will become the world's oldest Prime Minister at the age of 92. Najib Razak's ruling coalition was overwhelmed by a coalition of parties led by Mahathir, who led the country for 22 years. He plunged into the political battle once again in the country's general elections following allegations of corruption against Najib Razak. The defeat underscores a major upheaval in the country's political milieu, as Najib's coalition party was leading the country since its independence 61 years ago. Of the 222 seats, Mahathir's coalition bagged 121 seats, enough to form a simple majority and take control of the House. Najib's Barisan Nasional, on the other hand, could only muster 79 seats, a considerable decline from the 133 seats it had won in the 2013 elections.
Ceremony of the Prime Minister. Then the Prime Minister, at his leisure, the support of a majority of the members of Parliament. It does not say it should have the support of any party. As long as it has the support of a majority, the Prime Minister has the support of the majority of members of Parliament, he is entitled to become the Prime Minister. And the majority has the right to name him and to require that he be duly appointed according to the Constitution. However, there has been some delays over a lack of understanding of the Constitution. But we like to make it clear that there is an urgency here. We need to form the government now, today. That is because currently there is no government of Malaysia. Najib's role as an interim government is now over. It was over since last night. But as you know, he has made a very gracious announcement by saying that he accepted the will of the people, that he has lost, and that, well, he doesn't say we have won, but he emphasized that he is no longer the government. Of course, he made some comments about how the campaign was carried out. We are not going to reply to that. We also can make comments, but we are not going to reply to that. But what we want to do is to emphasize that if the government is not appointed immediately, the country will be without a ruler, without a government, not a ruler. And the first thing that needs to be done is to appoint the Prime Minister. This is the role of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, the King, who will base his decision on the support of the majority of the members of Parliament. We don't talk about parties, but members of Parliament. And so the people in Pakatan Harapan has asked all the members of Parliament belonging to Pakatan Harapan to sign and declare that they support the candidate that is chosen by Pakatan Harapan as the Prime Minister. That candidate, I think you may have heard, is Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. Give a well clap, but the King is not required to clap. He is required to sign. And we hope that by 5 o'clock today, we will have a we will have no government. And when you say you have no government, you have no law, you have no constitution, and you don't have all those institutions which are created to give form to the government of this country. And that includes every one of us, including the press, and the highest person or the lowest person. In the eyes of the law, they don't exist. So we need to have this government today, without delay. There is a lot of work to be done. You know the mess the country is in, and we need to attend to this mess as soon as possible. And that means today. So we expect that today, I'll be sworn in as Prime Minister. So that is the situation that we have now. We expected to have this thing signed in the morning, but because everybody was sleepy, we didn't get up early enough, so we were not able to have the official swearing in ceremony in the morning. Since then, of course, there have been some confusion. We have cleared the confusion. Now all the matters have been cleared. And just in order to inform the king, the leaders of the four parties forming the coalition have written a letter to the king asking for the ceremony to swear in the Prime Minister, the seventh Prime Minister, be taken place now. And all the parties have signed. There are four leaders of the parties. They have signed this, and we will deliver this. But this is not the thing, the requirement for naming the Prime Minister. The requirement is based on the number of members of Parliament who will be signing. Now, all the members of Parliament belonging to Pakatan Harapan, together with Warisan in Sabah and other individuals in Sabah, they have all signed the same declaration that they support the aforenamed candidate as the Prime Minister.
That was Mahathir Mohamad, Malaysia's leader of opposition, announcing his victory. And he stated that a government needs to be formed as soon as possible in Malaysia. And today is when they are expecting Mahathir Mohamad to be sworn in.